Hey, good morning. Start of the new day. You will get this probably early in the morning. Um, One thing I didn't discuss with you guys is the fact that I received disturbing news today about my dad. Um, his health is failing, um, and he's not doing too well. Um, he's not eating right. He's been smoking a lot of cigarettes, possibly some involvement with drugs, um, drinking a lot of alcohol excessively, and yeah. To make a long story short, he's spent an entire lifetime doing that. My dad's at a point right now where he hasn't been getting much sleep, and now he's in the hospital, and his body functions are failing. Um, his mind's starting to deteriorate, and his health is just in really super poor shape. They're gonna have to put him in a home, and there's little choice of anything otherwise. Um, the horrible part about the whole deal is the fact that I didn't meet my dad till I was older in life, 37. I mean, I heard stories about him, did research on him, had a PI, private investigator, look into it, and talked to members in law enforcement and stuff like that. Um, my dad had a rap sheet, considerable rap sheet. Drinking, drugs, violent actions, especially inebriated. Um, he had gotten so bad to where he actually couldn't control his own finances. Somebody else had to take control of his finances for him. Um, couldn't hold down a job. The list goes on and on and on and on and on about the horrible stuff about my dad. Well, I finally caught up with him when I was 37 years old. He's never really been part of my life. Never had a traumatic influence in my life. And, it just goes to show where he's at right now with his health and everything else. Um, in other videos, I've pointed out and I've made mention of that we are victims of our own demise. Like running into the room when you're playing a video game, going cowboy, and somebody snipes you. Okay? You're a victim of your own demise in your video game because you should have taken a more sneaky, stealthier way, in and saw what was going on in the room. But see, in the video game, you can hit reset and redo it. Okay. Well, he's been sniped and he sniped himself. Okay. He's put himself in this situation, and it's not that I don't care because I mean, come on, man. He's my dad. Um, Even though he's never really been an active part of my family, never been an active part of my life. He's never contributed a dime to me until this past Christmas. I actually got a check from him and a card. I mean, it's kind of pathetic in a way that it took him 47 years to even truly acknowledge the fact that, hey, I have a son. Um, a lot of times he'd be like, yeah, I have a boy out in Sioux Falls. Never really care and concern. I mean, the police department even knew of me. And knew of my dad. I guess the point I'm trying to make is everybody knew he was my father, but he never acted like a father. All right. Everybody that knew me, knew him, knew he was my dad, but he never really truly acknowledged that fact. Um, Alcohol was his god. He called it his best friend, and in a lot of cases, it's his worst demon. Example: some guys can have a 24 pack of beer sitting in their fridge, right? And it can sit in there for 3, 4, 4 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks. If my dad had a pack of 24 cans of beer sitting in his fridge, it would be gone in one day. He just can't stop. Just one after another, after another, after another. Um, an example: I got a bottle of Everclear in my house. Now, anybody that's familiar with Everclear understands that it's real potent stuff. Yeah, I use it to start my fires in my fire pit. That's what it's there for. Yeah, you can mix it in a drink. Another thing you can do is add it to your gas tank, or you can, if you're driving truck, like I used to drive a diesel, you can add it to your diesel fuel and keep it from gelling up. Okay, a lot of old school truck drivers used to carry a bottle of Everclear in a locked case in their vehicle for that purpose, because it works as anti-gel. This is powerful stuff. I've had the bottle in my house for like an extremely long time. Okay, hard alcohol wouldn't last a day in my dad's hands, and we're talking like, heck, I think it was like been a year when I bought it, and I dump it on top of my wet lumber stuff that I'm trying to get burning, so that I get a fire pit going, because I don't like using petroleum-based stuff, because first of all, if you're going to roast marshmallows on there or hot dogs on there, the alcohol, when you burn the alcohol, it burns off. Okay, there's no taste behind. There's no nothing with your. But when you're burning fossil fuel, oil base, petroleum, black smoke, soot, and it leaves a taste on your food. It leaves a taste on anything you're going to eat. And it's actually more harmful to inhale that kind of thing than it is to inhale grain. And that's what Everclear's made with, is grain. It's grain alcohol. And it's like 190 proof. So this stuff burns pretty clean. And it burns hot. Unfortunately, my dad, if he were to be in my house, the bottle would have been gone within a day. And anybody that's ever messed around with Everclear knows it's something you don't mess around with. People go to the hospital drinking this stuff, okay? This is stuff that, forgetting being point something, if you're drinking it, you're more like 1 point something for your alcohol in your bloodstream. This stuff is like serious stuff. You don't mess around with it. You just don't. If you're drinking responsible with it, means you put maybe a cap or two in an entire 24 glass of whatever. Okay, that's drinking responsibly, because if you put more than a cap or two in that, and yeah, you're gonna have problems. It's nothing to mess with. Okay, and my dad would probably try to drink the whole thing in a day. It's just horrible, and it's a big bottle. There's still like, it's like over 3/4 full, and it's been there about a year. Because I don't get a chance to do a fire pit all the time. But that's disturbing news that I got. And oh, look, kitties! Hi, kitty! The kitties came over and said hi while I was making a video. Pretty nice. But that's one of the things that difference between my father and me is he feels the need to go above and beyond and do stuff like that when he really shouldn't be, and he's been doing it for so many years. It's literally like probably the only life he ever knows and has known, and it's due to the choices he's made. To see somebody you love and care about go through that, yeah, it's horrible. But you got to take a mature and responsible and logical point of view on it, saying, dude, it's horrible you're going through with it. I feel bad that you're going through it, and it's even worse yet that you're a family member. But you know what? ultimately, you did it to yourself. Let's be logical here, okay? You did it to yourself. Um, I feel bad for you. I don't pity you because it's your choice, man. You didn't have to do this. It's you chose to do this, and that the life we choose, we are our worst enemies. We're a victim of our own demise. Um, our lives go as short or as long as we see fit, um, by our lifestyle, by the way we live. And believe it or not, the way we treat others depends on the outcome. It really does. It's a sad video that I got to make this morning, but it's a necessary video because it is part of me, it's part of my life, and I feel like a certain weight's been lifted off my chest. Uh, he's not dead yet, but the real question is how much longer before it gets to that point, you know? Ultimately, he is going to die because of it. Ultimately, there really is not a lot of hope for him. Right now, just trying to prolong his life so that he can get better. He's never going to be good. He's never going to get well. He's just going to get a little bit better, and that's going to be about it. He's done so much damage to his body, I think it's beyond repair. And it's sad for me to say that because he is my dad, but to each his own, you know. That's a hard fact of life, you know. It's a freedom we all have. And he exercised the freedom the way he saw fit. And glory be to him, I guess, and the choices he made, but he also suffered the consequences for those actions. So, but I wish you guys the best, and you know, I actually feel better sharing that with you guys. I actually do, because it was weighing heavily on my heart. So I love you guys, I really do, and start of the new day. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.